How's it going, you lot? Hope you're all absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. If you're not, I'm sorry to hear it. I really am. Anyway, I feel absolutely knackered. It's been, I haven't stopped all week and all weekend. What day was it? I think Friday night / yesterday morning I got sand in my eye. But I also rebuilt that Nova B3 engine. I slapped it together because it's just been so crazy. Been in such a rush all the time. They bloody put me on a job at work in London, bloody Enfield, and so I've been getting home really late of an evening. Haven't been able to do anything, and the weekend has been absolutely bonkers. But let's see, shall we? This is that B3 that I slapped together. I don't know if I missed anything out. I don't know if I've done all the bolts up tight. I don't know anything. But I really just want to start it up. I want to run it in again, and I want to make sure everything's alright. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever really driven the Buggy properly, because the engine's always had issues with it. I don't think I have. Every time I've taken the Buggy out with that engine in it, well, I bought the Buggy with no engine. I put that B3 in it, so I've never had any other engine in it. And yeah, so I don't even know if the Buggy's all alright, really, because I've not had a chance to properly give it a drive. I've got bloody acorns falling on my car. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to fire this one up. Where's it gone? It's over here. We're going to fire it up. I'll bring the engine heater. We're going to heat it up good and proper. Proper. Now, what I've got in it, if you haven't seen, I haven't even edited the video of me putting the engine together yet, so I don't know whether you're going to see that first or after. But anyway, what I've put in here is a piston and liner. It's an Evo piston and liner. I don't think they make the other ones anymore, according to Haggard RC, which is where I go for all my Nova parts, because they are the people to go to. They're the Nova distributors, they're the Nova specialists in the UK. You need to go there if you want anything to do with Nova engines, and anything else really to do with racing, or well, not racing, but just Nitro. So it's an Evo one, so we've got an extra cooling port underneath the exhaust. But not only that, there's meant to be less mechanical pinch, which should make it easier to start, because the B3 always used to get, it doesn't matter how much I heated it up, it always gets stuck at TDC, and the starter box never had enough oomph to get it past that. You'd have to really get the box spinning, put the engine at the bottom dead center, and hope it would go past it. Once it went past it a few times, you'd be alright and it'd start, but it always is a pain in the bloody arse. The B5R Evo that I've got, no problem at all. That'll just start up, no problem at all. Never get stuck. So hopefully this, now I've got an Evo piston and liner in here, it won't have that issue. Anyway, enough chatting crap. I've got leaves in my car, sand everywhere because we went to the beach yesterday. Love it. Absolutely love it. Come on in, let's get this done. Hopefully that's a nice spot view there. I don't really know what you can see. Got a nice bit of grass here. There's the Buggy there. Oh, giddy on. I need to bring either a table or find a place that's got a bloody brick wall or some table on it, because I hurt my foot. And now I've hurt me. Oh bloody hell, look at that. What I found on the floor. A screw. That will go through your wheel. Not your wheel. That will go through your tyre. We don't want that. Anyway. Yeah, I've hurt my foot, man. And bending down bloody hurts. Anyway. Let's stick this on here. get her warming. The temperature for those of you geeks, the temperature outside at the moment is 20 degrees Celsius. A little bit windy. I'm sweating like an absolute pig because it's humid. It's really humid. Hopefully it's not going to rain because I've got stuff to do today that I don't want rain. Anyway, so it's humid, so it isn't exactly cold, but as we all know, we need to warm them up good and proper, especially a brand new one. Right, you know what I've done, don't you? You know what I've done. What I've done is forgotten the battery for the engine here, which is a bastard, because it takes me nearly an hour to get here. So if I went home to get it, I'd be an hour back, an hour home, and then an hour back here again. I ain't doing that. So this is going to be a abort mission for now. Bloody hell, what the hell is that spider? It's a green spider. That green spider. I've seen, obviously, green spiders before, but not one that looks exactly like that. It looks like a little crab. It's a funny little thing, isn't it? Weird. I love nature, though. Yeah, so that is a abort mission for now. I haven't got any other way of heating it up, really. I mean, I could start my car up, put the engine in front of the heater, or even on the exhaust, but I don't think it's going to get hot enough. It might. It might do. If I can find a way of jamming the engine in the exhaust, I might be able to do it. It might get hot enough. I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to try and do that, see if I can heat it up with the exhaust. Obviously, I know I've said in the past you can heat your engine, but this needs to be bloody hot. We know these Novas need to be roasting, otherwise they just don't like it, and that's when they blow up. So let's try it. If I think it's hot enough, I'll try and start it. If I don't think it is, I ain't going to bother with it, and we'll abort it for another day. Right, so here's the setup we got at the moment. Car's running, believe it or not. I know, man, these modern day cars are so bloody quiet. There's nothing to them. We can hear his air coming out. Anyway, that's running. Got it jacked up on there like that. And that now is heating up my engine for me, with any luck. I mean, I don't know. It is. I can put my hand in between it, look, so it's not bloody hot, but it's going to warm it up, hopefully. I don't know whether it's going to do any good. We'll just try it and see what happens. Give it a rev, see if that blew any. Oh, it's getting warm now. It's actually getting warm. But what needs to happen is it needs to heat up the block more than the head itself. It needs to heat the block up more. So we'll have to see. Look at that thing. Mad. Well, let's go for it. That was on my head a minute ago. I was thinking, what's going down my forehead? Funny old thing, isn't it? Right, that didn't work. That didn't work. It heated it up, it did warm it up. It's a good trick to do that, especially if it's in the winter and you want to heat your engine up. You say you've got just a normal engine, you want to warm it up, you can do that. I've said that in the past, I've done videos on that in the past, but it just doesn't get them. You got to try and get it really close and surround it, and I couldn't get it close enough to surround it enough for it to be hot enough, because that's a brand new liner and a brand new piston, and I don't want to score it up just yet. So I'm going to do it properly, especially I want to wind up the Nitro know-it-alls, but that's just plain reckless. So it's abandoned for the minute. For you it'll be a couple of seconds, but for me it'll probably be either later on this evening or another day. I'll fire her up then. I might, if I get a chance, I might try and fire her up at home for, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, just to get her fired up, and then I'll have to come back out here again. The reason I come all the way out here is because it's out of the way of anywhere. It's the only place which is out of the way of everyone that can't piss people off, do you know what I mean? It's the reason why I come all the way out here. But anyway, I'll see you lot in a couple of seconds. Right, there's the battery that I forgot, just sitting there on the side. Let's see if I can save this aborted mission. Let's fire it up. Ain't going to be running for long because I don't want to annoy the neighbours. This is Sunday afternoon, but we fire this up and just make sure that it runs alright, and we'll have to go from there, and we'll have to run it another day. Right, let's just, I probably might not bother with the engine heater because it'll take longer, so I'm just going to get out the heat gun as soon as we're back at home and give it a good old roasting with the heat gun, and then we'll fire it up. Let's go. Still gets stuck. Still gets stuck. It'll always be the same B3. Right, here we go. You're having a laugh. Right, there we go. Nearly. Mustn't forget there's a lot of oil in there at the moment because of all the oil that I put in it when I put it together. So there's a lot of oil in there. It's probably going to be a little bit stiff, but that's alright. We can work around that. Right. I think this will always be the same B3. it'll always be a pain to start compared to a B5. Don't like loosening the plugs to get them started, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Just don't want to know, does it? Beated it up good and proper this time. That is so hot now. There's smoke coming out of the exhaust. Let's see. If it ain't going to go this time, it's going to go in the bin. Keeps seizing up. That's no good. We want it to fire. We don't want it to seize, we want it to fire. Just need it to fire. Once it runs, once it gets running, it should stay running. You bastard. Hey bastard. So close that time, so close. I reckon the moral of the story here, don't buy a B3. The B5's brilliant. B3, this one has been trouble ever since it was brand new. Now it's got a new piston and a new liner in it. It should be all new again, but it's still having the same trouble, and that is that it always seizes up. And it never wants to start. It just never wants to start. And for those of you that are probably thinking about it, yes, I've reset the carburetor back to the factory settings. So some of you are probably going to be thinking, well, that carb's been tuned, ready for an engine that is ran in. This one is reset. But not that that matters, because it'll still start. But it ain't started. So I'm going to try a new glow plug. This glow plug that's in it is working perfectly fine where it's not. There's nothing wrong with this glow plug whatsoever. It's glowing, it's working, and it's a bright one as well, but it just won't fire. So I'm thinking to myself, if I try a new one and it's no good, I mean it still doesn't work, whatever. What's this one here? Right, brand new glow plug. But first, let's unseize it. Starter box. Right, let's unseize it. Give it a good blast. smoke coming out from his starter box now. I've been trying to start it for so long. Let's see if we can get any fuel out. If there's anything stuck in the exhaust. There's a fair bit in there. There's a fair bit coming out of that exhaust. Probably quite full. Oh, there goes my battery. Right. Didn't leave my battery in. That's not good. Let's try that. Plug that in. All I want to do is get it to run. Once it runs, it should stay running with any luck. And then it should start easier each time. But this B3 was always difficult to start. Always. It's never been easy to start. It was always very difficult to start. Ever since it was brand new, you know. And then I've got the B5, and that starts no problem at all. First time, pretty much every time. So I don't think it's a problem with the B3 itself. I think it's this specific engine. I think there's something wrong with it. Something not quite right with it. Personally, but we shall find out. So we've got a brand new glow plug in there. Let's get it to the bottom of its stroke. And that will give it will go, and it will give it a bit of momentum to get past TDC. Did I do that up? I can't remember if I did that up or not. Right, so the glow plug is a little bit loose. Here we go. Seized up again. Well, that was a completely aborted, not completely aborted, that was just a waste of time really. It's seized up now, completely solid. I can't get it to unseize again. I took the glow plug out and there's metal all on the end of the glow plug, so that's the end of that then. Some of you lot are probably going to say, well, it's the bearings. Of course it's the bearings, you didn't replace the bearings is broken up. I don't think it has, but I'm probably going to take it apart again at some, well, I'm going to take it apart anyway and find out what's gone on with it. Didn't even fire up. So that's the end of that. But I maintain that this particular engine's been troubled since day one. It's probably only run a few times, and those few times that it did run, it ran terribly. And even now it's got a new liner and a new piston, and in it still runs terribly. It doesn't even run at all now. So there we go. I'd say if you're thinking about getting one, don't get a B3. Get yourself a B5R. Skip all the B3 rubbish and get a B5R, because I've not had any trouble with the B5R. The B3, trouble with it. But anyway, at some point I will take this apart. Not anytime soon, because the bearing tool that I've got is a load of rubbish. Doesn't do its job. I need to get a better bearing tool. And well, that's it really. I can't afford any new parts for it at the moment, so that'll be a job for another day. Back on the shelf it goes. Thanks for watching. Remember, treat people nicely, treat people how you want to be treated, and we'll all have a very nice happy life. Have a nice day you lot, all the best. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.